Hey folks, so Abba's not here no more. He pissed off. No, is she on the bus? Is she on the bus? She passed in front of you!
Yeah! Probably seen the title and they're like, yo, is Abba clickbaiting me? I came back from a trip with my Maja. Me and my mom went to Spain for about a week. My mom doesn't travel pretty much ever. Last little while, we've been making some efforts to get out. And so every year I'm planning stuff. But I think after this last trip, I realized that I'm like, I may need to do this a bit more often. But I remembered for the very big OGs and the folks who know a lot of the lore, my first ever video was actually on my mother on this YouTube channel. That video was 13 years ago. Mm-hmm. April 30th, 2013. You know what's funny about that? April 30th is my birthday. If I remember, oh yeah, I still used to have this fucking logo.
Oh yeah.
Okay, the reason why this logo exists is because that was my name, my business. I used to have, I did this myself. I mean, I don't think it's that bad. I'll give it like a 3 out of 10.
Yeah, but your globe don't really look like the world. Like,
fair.
It looks like a
disease.
That's wow. I was about to say a jawbreaker.
Okay.
At one point in my life, I hadn't been home for 2.5 years. I hadn't spoken to anyone or sent any emails.
Yeah, I know. Let's not talk about it.
Oh yeah.
And I remember the
You don't want to talk about
all
it?
my luggage with me.
The glow up is real, my nigga. Like, congratulations. Let's not talk about it. Let's talk about it.
Hey,
Jesus!
Hey, that color correction was crazy.
Yes.
Okay.
What? Nigga look like a Cheeto. What up, Chester?
Okay.
Damn.
And I knocked at the door. She opened it. She said hi. She smiled.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you can't play it.
She just asked me what I wanted for dinner. And, she didn't
For some of you youngins who don't know this instrumental, it's an iconic one, okay?
Mama.
any questions. She just let me come in with everything I had. And she bought that house for us, for the kids, so that we would have a home to come to forever.
God damn.
And over the years, as she's getting older,
I get it.
she's having a harder time keeping up with the bills. So I've been saving for the last few years. I've been getting ready. Today's my birthday. Yeah, I forgot to mention that. So I kind of wanted to do something for her. Yeah.
Wow. لريسو بقول ألتينيا وخلاص جسم ده الموت بيجاب بدستا يميكل. It's too much.
Too much I don't know. These are the first.
Surprising. ربط قلبي الحمد لله رب العالمين. بس خبر بزحي يأكل خلاص.
She said, this is already too much. Whatever else you got, it's okay. Just use it for something else.
The crazy thing about this shit, so what I understand is that you guys didn't speak for like 2 years.
Yeah, when I joined the military, she was not supportive at all. And so during that period, there was like a big rupture in our family.
So that's your comeback.
Yep.
All of you at home, you're seeing something super cute. You know what I see?
Bribing.
No, I saw, say sorry, bitch.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Yo, preach out of pocket. Preach out of pocket. Preach out of pocket. Dang.
You leave, you come back after 2 years, you pay off the mortgage. I'm expecting sorries. I'm expected to be upgraded in the ranking of my siblings in the family. I am no longer the one that left off to go to the army. I'm now the one. And I shall be referred as such. Crazy thing about this video is that I started working with him. And I think 6 months in that we started trying to figure out how we gonna do videos, and when we do a couple of videos, I see this video and I'm like, I go inside. I think it was 6 to 8 months you had moved to your new place, which was the last place, the background that you see. And I'm like, I walk in his room, sit down on the couch, and I'm like, nigga. He's like, what? I saw a video. And he's like, yeah. Talk about it. You know this guy. It's like, it's whatever. Everything's in the video. And I'm like...
I say all this to say, when I originally made that a long time ago, I didn't really think much of it, but obviously it went super viral. I had like news reporters hitting me up. I think my dad passed away when I was like 21. And me and my mom only really started like hanging out and spending time together over the last like 4 or 5 years. Thinking before then it was more just like family obligations at most, because I was always away from home for a very long time. So these last couple trips have been like really big. So I have this thing where I like Instax. Yeah. I'm pretty big on like, they're not technically Polaroids, they're Instax, but still very close. Same. My mom has this habit of like speaking poorly about herself. And so I've pretty much made her the subject like all my photo shoots. So whenever we travel anywhere, I take pictures of her, and most of them are unexpected. I don't really do too much planning. But like, there's some really good images in there. Like this one for me is one of my favorites.
It's dope.
Like
it's dope. And look at her face when she saw it too.
Oh, she's geeking out. She's geeking out. Okay, and it's a big deal that she's geeking out. Yeah, I think we were in Lisbon at this time, but you see her like, this is fire. Like I'm not tooting my own horn, but she's. I think it's probably just because the hijab and all the fit that she got going on really does help.
It's fire. Call it what it is. Call a spade a spade. That shit's fire. This is dope.
I think most of us know that life is fleeting. But I think that most of us, even if we know, don't always act accordingly. I had folks around me die enough to like kind of have that ingrained. Someone told me, oh, Abba, I think maybe the reason why you want to do this more is because, you know, you're worried that when you reach the end of the road, you know, there's a certain level of control you want over how things are going to go or how you're going to feel. There's never enough time that you can spend with the people. And I'm like, I partially agree with that. But I know when my dad died, there was at least 3 weeks before he died that we knew he was going to pass away. And those 3 weeks were incredibly impactful. If I didn't have that, I think that would have altered my life completely, because I know those conversations that we had in those 3 weeks changed the trajectory of my life. Within, you know, a matter of months, I was out of the military, started a new career path. A lot of things changed for me from that point. You know, like even this photo album, I was scrolling through this shit. I was scrolling through these when I was on the plane. I started crying. I had to fucking actually like hide from her like this. And I know one day when she's gone, I'm going to probably cry even harder looking back on that. And my goal is not to not have that emotion. I think missing the people you care about is always natural. I just want to get to the end of the road, wherever that may be, and I just want to be able to say we had a good ride. I want to be able to grab a drink and say, you know, we did good. And tell her like her drink's non-alcoholic, mine obviously. But I just,
haram.
That's all I want. You know, we don't want to wait till the people pass away to give them their flowers. I think whether it be my friends, whether it be my family, whatever it is, like over the last 5 years, I just don't hesitate. I give people their flowers while they're here, while they're right in front of me, while I feel it genuinely, because they deserve to know. And I think I've always been the type of person to hold back affection, hold back the words of affirmation and things I think. And I'm just like, damn, people just go in their whole lives not knowing that I'm fucking proud of them or I love them very much, or I think all these crazy things. And I think that's a damn shame. And so, you know, while my mom is healthy and can ride the bus by herself, I want to take her to as many places and try as many things and do whatever the fuck she really wants to try out and have some fun. Yeah, you know, I'll be gone a little bit more often, but I'll also probably make some cool reports. In traveling with my mom and seeing her, you know, nerd out over pictures and having all these experiences, like she's obsessed with taking the bus. Like
she told me that. She would just go on strolls.
Like when we were in Spain, like she started like, I'm like, where do you want to go? She's like, we take the N16 and we go here. And then we take the, I'm like, why are you reciting buses? Like, you know this whole system. She's like, it's amazing. You don't understand. like she's invested. This is her on the train. When I say this train ride for her was like everything, like I've never seen her look so peaceful. That's her at bus stop. I had to catch her at a bus stop because there's a lady in her bus stops. But she did such a great job for me in some of these images. And
that's funny.
I really get like a kick out of watching a lot of this stuff. Yeah, it's been cool to see her like behave like a child. Like she's telling me about interests and hobbies she didn't even know she had that she's discovering. And she's like geeking out over photos and getting all excited and giggling to herself. You know, through that I kind of learned about her past. She had to work for the family. They shipped her off to go do, you know, maid servicing. And then by 16, 17, she was married, having kids. And, you know, she had to do a good chunk of that in many years on her own. So she just never had a chance to actually pour into herself or spend time having a childhood at all. And so now she's kind of, you know, playing catch up. At least that's what I see when I pay attention to her. Just watching her every day, I'm like, people could definitely change, and a lot of things that we have in terms of behaviors that we observe in people is very environmentally based. I know you guys just seem like my mom, like smiling or whatever, but like if you understood what she was like before, I wish I could show my mom videos of what she was like when I was a teenager.
That would not do her any service.
I got a text message. I got the upgrade to business.
Me?
No, for me. Getting not for you. Is that okay? You're not mad? Yeah, we're going together. You're right. She said, don't worry.
As long as they drive me where I want to go,
Okay.
even you shan't both of us come.
Oh, yeah. It should be economy, so what's it called? Eight. When you press the button, that shit funny. Got him. Oh, I got it.
No, and I like that shit because when I saw her accept it like that, I saw my mom. I saw my parents, my mom, my dad, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I saw them be like, you paying? Yeah. Cool. I'll be over there.
And a lot of us just don't know our parents. Mm-hmm. A lot of times because they don't know parts of themselves. They've never really spent all that much time exploring.
Well,
but also partially because they didn't share or we never got a chance. And I say a train ride, why? Because it's such a simple thing that most people can access, okay? And whether it's that or like even when I took her to paint ceramics and she's like, I didn't even know she liked art, which is such a, she was always just mom. She didn't have hobbies.
That's what I was about to say.
But she like.
We know our parents. We don't know the person outside of the role.
Fair.
You understand what I mean? Because you're still always going to be in that relationship where she's your mom. She's always going to be your mom. Mm-hmm. But then you kind of when you travel with your folks, you kind of see glimpse of them just being outside that role. I remember that because I traveled with my parents fairly young, and I got that access to my father when we were on vacay. Outside of vacay, our relationship was what it was. Same thing with my mom. But when we were on vacay, it's kind of like, all right, you know what? Time out.
Yeah.
Time out. Now we're just having fun. Forget school. Forget you being a jackass. Forget you not being good in school or whatever, whatnot. It's just us and being on the beaches of Cuba.
Yeah.
In the 90s. He just introduced me to like certain fruits that he saw. I used to eat that and I used to be there and I used to do this. Oh, I remember this story. And you're just like, okay, this is kind of a glimpse. This is the kid dad.
Yeah.
Telling me his story about like when he was like back then and what he was doing, how he was doing stuff, and who's what. Oh, but this guy, who is he? Is he my uncle? Nah, he's just a friend of the family. He's not really. Stuff like that you get to ask him, you get to relate. You know what I mean? The relationship kind of drops. And then there's another level to that relationship when you get to be an adult and you realize, oh yeah, he's gonna be all right. They trust me more. And then they come to you for a certain advice.
You're going to be all right. That's your parents looking at you.
Looking at me. And they're like, oh, yeah, he's all right.
Yeah.
There's a different shift. And sometimes you can have these conversations that are a little bit more on the deeper side. And then you've seen me with my parents. I have conversations that you probably never had with your parents. But the vacation thing and traveling with your parents, of course, I'm not saying like if your parents were horrible people because some of y'all had
Yeah, not that person saying.
I'm not saying that. My parents are not horrible people. You understand what I'm saying? So if you're able and you have the opportunity to do that, shit, 100% do it.
Yeah. And again, I say this because people are seeing like, oh, you guys went to Spain. Like, it doesn't have to be. Like, my experience of going with my mom to that ceramic shop where we had that and we painted ceramics was just as like awe-inspiring to me to see her as going to Spain with her something specific. Even like my mom on a train Like she's like, oh, we should take a train in parts of Canada and stuff like that. And I'm like, that's it. It's just making that concerted effort. Go ahead.
There's a train that goes from here to BC.
She mentioned that to me, don't worry. She mentioned that to me already.
No,
she
but
wanted to cross Canada, and she's so excited about the prospect. I'm dreading it. Some of y'all might not have the greatest parents or horrible parents. It happens, all right?
It does happen.
Yeah. I told my mom I didn't think she was a very good parent, to be honest with you. And I know this is hard to hear after, how could you? Being very honest with you guys. And I told her this, but there's forgiveness there. I don't hold it against her. I understand why and understand what happened, and it's fine. I prefer her as my friend. There's a varying reasons why. But you may have a similar situation in that it's possible your parent may never be the parent that you needed when you was a kid, and that's a whole other discussion. But they might be a very good friend. They might be a very good family member. They might be someone who understands you in that context, and you as adults can communicate differently. If I went to my mom today hoping she was going to be my mother that I didn't have in a lot of ways growing up, I think it would be a waste of time. And I think it would be very hard for me to love her as much as I do. Just a perspective that I didn't necessarily hear from others that I thought was very helpful for me is that maybe you have to have a different relationship with the person, and it gives you the ability to really love them in a way that's genuine to you without holding back. I've told her everything I needed to say, and I feel very free to like a lot of my childhood stuff, and I don't want to hold on to that. So I think in this mode, I appreciate her, and I can appreciate her for what she is to me, which is someone I trust with everything, someone who I love very dearly, someone who I want to, go off into the future and spend as many moments as. But I think if I needed her to be mom, I think that would be very hard. So yeah, maybe you have a different way of experiencing that relationship with them. Maybe they might turn out much better like that, or maybe they still a hoe. I don't know. But I mean, some people's parents is a hoe. What you want me to say? I know some dudes whose dad's is a hoe. And like maybe that's all they. But sometimes you learn.
The reason is they here is because their parents are hoe.
But how did you approach your mom when you decided you wanted to smooth things over and ignite the relationship? Ignite the relationship sounds crazy.
Ignite the relationship?
I know, that sounds like passion, Romeo and Juliet type shit.
Goddamn.
It is not an overnight thing. There is no such thing. You can't have the change that you want on your time. This is someone else that's sitting across from you. The same way you can't have you meet a girl, you can't have the relationship you want with her on your time. It's a negotiation the whole time. But I think you can start with the conversation, talk about some of the things. And maybe you don't go right to 100% where it's like your deepest trauma and your biggest resentment. But you create some space where it's okay for her to share how what she thinks and you to share what you think. And you have to learn how to be receptive in a way that's non-judgmental because you don't want to make her seize up into, I'm not going to talk. So I think that's like one of the first few steps I could tell you. And then as far as like activities go, I think it's a similar thing. You start small. You know what I mean? You find out what they might be into, where you intersect. Like, I don't like taking the bus. I got my own traumas with poverty, okay? My mom, she wants to live on a bus. So the compromise I made with her is I put a fucking air tag on the back of her head, and I push her onto her head. I push her onto the back of her head. And then
you put that shit on her hijab. Were you even in a Muslim family, boy?
Hey, listen, right now, hijab. It got to be useful for something for me. No, but there's a reason why I started doing that shit. And this all happened last year when we traveled together and we were in okay, so I'm gonna show you guys, okay? Because you can't trust these people. You can't trust these old geezers, okay? You can't.
London destination, weather route?
Yeah, I was drinking alcohol right in front of her. He didn't know. She was like, "Ooh, what is that? Milkshake?" I was like, "Yeah."
Yeah.
Hey, that's how you maintain respect, okay?
Yeah, you lied. That's what your parents thought you.
That's it.
That's what they've been doing your whole life. They're trying to,
But I'm doing it to protect her.
Yes. That's what she used to say to you too, bro. That's what they used to say to us.
Oh yeah, she needs some shoes. I forgot about this shit. I had her walking across with some nasty ass cry. We were staying at Airbnb. There was one set of keys, so we was coordinating. Stupid off the top, don't matter. This lady, one day, just gone.
She took off.
And I was already out. I told her I'm gonna be back by this time, which I kept at the time. She left before I came back. So I'm locked out.
No phone?
I have my phone. She got her phone, but she turned her phone off because she thinks that.
My dad does that all the fucking time.
So if you can see on the left side, that's my air tag. I'm on the left side with the card over here. She across the fucking city. This woman barely speaks English. I don't know how she getting around at first.
You don't know?
I didn't know at the time.
On a bus.
That's how I found out she liked buses so much. So I'm like, where is she? So I'm moving to catch up. This lady's on the south end. So then I'm like, okay, I got to take public transport. Obviously, I need to move.
She's gallivanting. Live your life,
Yes.
mama. Almost there.
Almost there. You can see me right here in the car, right?
Damn,
so we getting
that
closer.
lady, I don't know what kind of bush she took, but that shit moving.
So look how close I am, bro. I have my, okay, I was walking around like, so I'm running across. Yo, my forehead look crazy. Tell me how I'm sitting here.
And you see her on the bus? No.
No.
No. Is she on the bus? Is she on the bus? She passed in front of you!
Yay!
Did she wave?
Like Carmen San Diego.
Where in the world is Carmen San Diego?
I think that kind of wraps up that topic. I will be gone more often.